Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DKL, and welcome back to Doki Summertime. Earlier I tried. Sorry, I just ate Taco Bell. Earlier I tried to record a different game. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what that game was. But OBS decided it wasn't gonna do a good job with it. But I know it works with this, so we're gonna play this. I really didn't want to become a Doki channel, but you know, if that's the only thing I can record for now, then so be it. So, yeah. Let's play the game. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It's actually Tuesday. I climb out of my bed and drag myself to the bathroom. Water comes out of the toilet, the faucet, and the shower. No surprise there. They don't do it on their own, only on my command as I go through my morning routine. Coming back to my den, I accidentally knock over my bag that had my manga in it from yesterday. I take the first volume in my hands and open it. Flipping through the pages, I recall Natsuki's reactions to some of the funnier moments. Recalling yesterday's events, I remember Natsuki telling me about them having another meeting today. Would it be okay if I joined them? I have Sayori's number, so I'll text her about it. I'll text her and ask about it so I'm not coming unannounced. Yo, Sayori, I heard you're having a meeting today as well. Would it be fine if I joined you all again? Her reply arrives a minute later.
Yeah! See you at the same park, Super Booper!
Well, at least one of them doesn't mind me being there. That's a good start, I guess. I wonder what the other girls will be like. Maybe Monica will have another game in mind. Maybe Natsuki made cupcakes again and there will be some left for me. Maybe Yuri, you know, has nicer clothes on. Might as well go find out. The girls are not only still in the park when I arrive, but are also at the same location. Ah, hi everyone.
Hi!
Hello there, General Kenobi. Hi, Super Booper. I knew it would be a matter of time before you showed up. Am I really that predictable, or how did you... Oh, Sayori told you I'm coming, right? She gives me a perplexed look, then turns to Sayori, then back to me. Yeah, she did. Now both of them look confused. There's probably something here that I'm not noticing. I look around, but see that Natsuki is nowhere to be seen. That might be it. Anyway, where was I? Monica? Yes, Super Booper? Yeah, I don't think that's the wrong way, but wasn't Natsuki supposed to be here? No, not after yesterday. I mean, not after what she told me yesterday. That being Monica. She says she can't join us because she has to stay home to do homework. Housework. Yet again. Oh, snap. You guys are still seeing yawn. I'm sorry. I did not catch that sooner. Hold on. Let me just, okay. Give me just a minute. Yes, I would like to close out to the game. There we go. And then I'll load the game back up. And now it doesn't want to show up at all. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Alright, we're back. We are back. Cool. This is what I was saying. Could it be for a similar reason as during the school year? Possibly. I don't want to assume anything, but let's just say it wouldn't be out of character for her to snap and get into trouble. I don't know Natsuki well enough to judge her character, but is she really that much of a troublemaker? Do you think she didn't join us because of something she did? No. Well, maybe.
She's sometimes a little mean to us. I think I get it. We all have those days. But it's not...
What?
It's not cyclical for her at all.
Okay, what does that mean? And how is it pronounced? I've got my trusty Google device here. C-Y-C-L-I-C-A-L. Occurring in cycles, recurrent. Okay, so it doesn't happen often. You could have just said that. I don't think you're looking for the right reason in the right place, Sayori.
I don't think. I'm just trying to feel it out, you know? At least she never acted up in the club like I saw her do with some of the boys.
Can we really blame her for it? I personally empathize with her when it comes to the rude comments the boys make in our school. However, I do draw the line at violence. A few times during moderately heated arguments, I was afraid she would try to hurt me. Luckily, it never came to that, right? No, not yet. Anyway, Super Booper, do you have any obligations to tend to at the moment? Because in case you don't, you could stay a little longer than you did on Monday. Thinking it over for a moment, I really can't say I have something better to do. Or someone. I guess I could stay. Wonderful. Stay a while and listen. You might identify a topic that gets you interested in reading a book or even a tome. I have a feeling that even if one of them sat by my side and guided me through an entire book, the words on the pages wouldn't keep my attention from drifting off. Especially not if they only talk about those printed words. But hey, changed my mind. Now that's a good point to move on to something else. Right, Yuri? Me? Why me? Yuri looks away, but I can see her mouth curving into a meager smile. Aren't you forgetting something, Yuri? Yuri looks quizzically at Mom? Monica, as if she's waiting for a prompt to act. The books, Yuri. You said you brought two in case somebody else would like to read it too. Yuri lets out a sigh as if she was about to take on a challenge. Yes, I did. I recently bought a new horror book, which you might like too, Super Booper. That's not the reason I bought it. I was going to buy one anyway. She lets out another sigh. Maybe she needs to rest a bit. I merely went with a story that's been adapted into a video game. Or so I've heard. Perhaps it could be a good starting point for you to become involved in literature. I'm sorry if this is a bit too sudden. Don't sweat it, Yuri. What's the story about? Let's see. It takes place in a dystopian future where a new war broke society as we know it. A once bustling city became an unearthly concrete jungle that is now inhabited by ghoulish creatures roaming the ruins. The remains of the local populace are forced to live their lives in underground tunnels to escape the deadly radiation on the surface. However, even despite these most dire of circumstances, humans can't escape their nature and squabble over what little remains. It has elements of philosophy mixed into the post-apocalyptic concoction. However, the occasional fights might be the thing that will keep your attention. Philosophy mixed in? Like quotes from historical people? Ooh, not quite. You see, the writer explores the effects of such a wretched existence on not only society, but the individuals coping with it day by day. As you can imagine, living in the darkness with little to no light compared to the sunlight days we enjoy, is a terrifying fate that can drive almost anyone insane. Oh no, here we go. A recurring theme that skirts the border of coping and embracing insanity are the different cults that are present in the story. Oh yay, cults. It is a rather negative approach to religion per se, although the book does not portray spirituality itself in a bad light. I only recently started to read it, so my description of it was only what I gathered from a few reviews. In case it piques your interest, I would gladly lend you one of my copies. That is, if Monica's okay with you having it first. That's nice of you to offer it to me, Yuri. I'll think about it. I'm glad to hear that. In case you go for it, we could discuss it together. I guess we could. Though I haven't really had any discussions about books before. You'd have to show me how it's done before we go in deep. I would like that. Her voice got lower both in pitch and volume as she said that. She's nervously fiddling with her hair and visibly starts blushing. Does she always get so excited when talking about books? Monica and Yuri start laying out their plans for the summer. Visiting places, doing things together, a lot of girly stuff that's just boring to listen to. I look at the park with a blank expression, and soon all the chatter just fades into the background. Suddenly, I'm jolted back to reality by a dog's barking as it runs past me. I turn around to see it, and I spot Sayori playing around with the brown fur ball. I noticed a lively but distinctly calm temper, just sitting on the ground, looking with curious puppy eyes at all the people around. I want to go there and ruffle that scruffy hair. The dog's cute, too, I guess. Hey, am I allowed to give it a pat on the head?
Huh? Sure, she's very open and friendly.
I lean down and pat her head lightly.
But what are you doing? I'm not a dog! I get why I like it so much.
Hey, you two seem to be in tune with each other. Did it say anything nice to you?
Woof woof! But I'm paraphrasing.
She gets a chuckle out of me. For as long as I've known her, she always had that ability, regardless of how upset I was. There was this one time when she was over at our house and I asked her what's the time. We had an old radio in the living room back then. She read the display and said,
It's 76.2 FM.
I couldn't talk because I was laughing so hard. I teased her for at least a week with it, but she figured out it stops being funny when she looks at me with sad puppy eyes. Aw.
Super Booper, do you think I could ask my parents for a dog? They're like the perfect companions. I would walk him, feed him, teach him tricks, cuddle with him, and walk with him.
That's a pretty big responsibility, you know. Besides, what happened to your cat?
You mean Muffin? Well, he just left out my window one day and never came back. Never even saw him anywhere in the city. Do you think he could have started a new life with a new identity? Maybe he got in trouble with a local cat gang.
What?
Maybe he was secretly a cat burglar cat and roamed the city burgling burglaries.
What? There are no cat gangs, Sayori.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they don't exist. Cats are very sneaky, you know.
While we were arguing about the possibility of a feline crime syndicate, I caught that, the little dog rushed away. Clearly our subject was appalling. No. No.
Wait, the petting isn't done yet.
Sayori starts running after her new four-legged friend, but gives up when she notices it's running back to its owner, an older man. Finished with her conversation, Monica comes up with me with the same confidence everybody admires her for. Super Booper, do you mind if I ask you a few the questions? As long as you're not trying to sell me something, I'm an open book. It's not like that, don't worry. Do you remember the school festival? Yeah, it was okay. I didn't see you at our club's presentation, which isn't surprising given the numbers in attendance we had. That's actually related to what I wanted to ask you about. Seeing as you're an outsider, what's the impression you have of the club? The first thought that comes to my mind is that it's full of cute girls from what I've seen, but I doubt that compliment would be received well. Well, you still seem like a cool bunch to me. And I'm still not excited about reading, so there's that. We were probably talking about before I met you all. I don't know, it just sounds like a club for people who aren't fed up with reading after all the mandatory studying. Mandatory. That's a perspective I didn't consider. People tend to dislike things that are forced upon them, even if it's in their own best interest, don't they? I should really learn that lesson. You of all people? You seem more like a kind-hearted leader carrying all of her club members on her hand rather than being a bossy boss. I'm glad you view me that way. I'm just afraid that I would abuse my power if I'm pushed to the edge, you know? But I probably couldn't do much harm, right? I'm just an innocent little high school girl. Right. Sure. Yeah, haha. Maybe I just don't know her well enough, but there's something unusual about Monica putting herself down like that. Anyway, thanks for the input. Mountain Dew. Don't mention it. Here. You get a boop. Ha! Got her. Okay, everyone. How about we play the acronym game again? Yay. Count me in.
Yes, yes, yes!
I wouldn't want to be left out either. Fantastic, everyone's on board. Let's get started, shall we? Alright. Since Natsuki is not here, I will go for Sayori. AI. Adrenaline injection. What? GUI. I know I should probably be saying this out loud, but I really don't. Okay. Parents are watching. Yay! Would you like to have another go at it?
Yes!
I'd prefer not to.
Aww.
I get where Yuri's coming from. Maybe another time, Super Booper. Maybe another time. There's a minute of silence between us. Yuri is the one who interrupts it. She brings up things related to literature in the club. Maybe it's time for me to leave before I embarrass myself with my extremely limited knowledge of the topic.
Hey, Super Blooper, let's break bread.
She extends one hand towards me.
I mean, cookie. You can have half of it.
That's a funny way to start a conversation, but how could somebody say no to something so sweet? Thanks, Sayori. As I take the pastry, she munches down on her own half.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. From a cookie? What was it, like a sugar cookie? What? I turn the cookie and around my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Okay. Cookies aren't that difficult to figure out. Come on. But it looks almost the same, however I look at it. Man, sometimes I do the stupidest things.
So, Super Super Booper, how things go for you in the real summer break?
She's probably referring to all the time we spent apart after she started waking up late. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, studying too. I don't want to bore you with the details. There are no details. I do the same stuff I've been doing for years now. I don't even remember everything I watched and played, even though I was sober all the time. What about you? You never told me much after you joined the club.
Yeah, the club. It helped me a lot being in the club. Everyone's so good there. I learned a lot.
Like what?
Well, Monica gave us really good writing tips. We even wrote our own poems, which helped me express myself in new ways.
Ow.
I wrote about all kinds of stuff. That is was on my mind.
I never knew you had a thing for writing. What'd you write about?
Just simple happy thoughts. I once wrote a poem about waking up and having breakfast.
I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yeah, that really sounds like something you'd come up with. When I was a kid, I imagined you as the kind of person who always wakes up with a smile on her face. Guess some things never do change.
Some things really don't, Super Booper.
There's an awkward pause between us, seeing if the other girls aren't paying attention. I decide it's time to leave. I wait for the right time to interject and approach the other girls. Hey, just wanted to say goodbye before I go. That's nice of you, Super Booper. See you later. Glad you visited. Goodbye.
Super Booper, do you want to go? Would you like to go home together?
Sure, I don't mind. But how come you're not staying for longer?
Well,
I've known her for long enough to know when she's lying, especially if she's making it up on the spot. But why would she need to lie? Maybe she doesn't want to tell me something about the girls? I don't think this could be about me. Go on, I'm all yours.
I forgot to do that at home! And it just occurred to me, so I really have to go.
Ooh, that sounds urgent. Would you like me to go with you?
Yes! I mean, you don't have to. It's something I have to do alone.
Would you mind telling me what's the emergency all of a sudden?
Girl stuff! Don't ask!
My eyes make a circular motion as a retort. This does sound like some lame excuse, but I don't want to press her about it since we've been rather distant over the last year. Okay, are you ready to go?
I would say bye to girls that we can go.
Same thing on Sunday and now today. Does she dislike going home alone? Sure, it's kind of boring to sit on public transport with only strangers around you, but you can just use your smartphone like literally everyone else does. Besides, she could go home with one of...
I'm ready, Super Booper. Let's go on an adventure.
What's your horse's partner? Don't you have something to do at home?
Yeah, but we can have a little adventure on the way there.
I can only think of a few things that are less adventurous than going home.
Come on, don't be so half-hearted. Otherwise, I'm going to draw my weaponized optimism on you.
Draw what on me? You don't even have anything to draw with.
No, silly, I just meant that I'm going to cheer you up. Life could be so much fun if you let yourself enjoy the little things.
I guess it's always the simple things with you, Sayori.
That's mean, Super Booper. Besides, overthinking can make your life pretty miserable.
What do you know about misery, Sayori?
Yeah? Well, what do you know about thinking too much?
Touché. We wait a few minutes for our bus to arrive.
Want to hear another one?
If I don't laugh, you lose.
There were 10 cats on a boat and one jumped. How many were left?
9.
Wrong! None, because the rest were copycats.
Dang, she got me. I try to hold back my laughter, which results in my face contorting.
I won! That's the face of a happy loser!
Hey, Sayori, look there.
What? What is it?
I I wanted to poke her on the nose after she turned back, but her eyes got fixated on something outside.
That's our park!
I look out the window. We just passed a place we used to visit as kids all the time.
Remember how much time we spent there?
Looking back at her, I see a childlike yearning for adventure. All this brings back memories of the fun times we had together. And she can still make my day much better than I expected it to go. I'm gonna thank her for this. In fact, I think I know a way to pay back the favor. We get off the bus at our street. As we walk towards her house, she slows down and has her eyes locked on the ground in front of her. We're here. You look like you're not in a hurry anymore. Did we arrive too late, Sayori?
No, we still have some time. I hope.
Something I wanted to tell you, Sayori.
Oh? Yeah?
Thanks for inviting me to your club meetup on Monday. Even if Natsuki couldn't make it today, I had a lot of fun with you.
Oh, that. I didn't really invite you, but I'm glad you enjoyed hanging out with the other girls.
Not about them, really. I enjoyed it because I got to spend some time with you again. So, yeah, if you'd like to go and hang out to get...
Yeah!
I didn't even say on which day.
Oh, sorry. Which day did you have in mind?
Don't know about you, but I'm free tomorrow.
I'll get ready in the morning and wait for you to come over.
Hold up. I didn't even tell you where we're going or what time we're...
Shh! It doesn't matter. I trust you on this one, Super Booper.
If you say so. See you tomorrow, Sayori.
Bye!
No. She storms through the gates of her house as if she just found out she won the lottery. I shake my head with an amused smile on my face. She has the same bubbly personality that I liked her for. I'm worried how she'll handle life later on. No, I should heed her advice. I shouldn't overthink it. I'm glad she's so upbeat and the other club members seem to like her as well. Seeing as they're in the same club, Natsuki probably won't mind if I spend a day with Sayori too. I hope she'll be back for the next club meeting. After all, it felt great to have a conversation with a girl who shares one of my interests. Daydreaming aside, I should probably go home and get a good night's rest. Sayori will probably drain most of my energy tomorrow with her bubbly personality. Thursday. I love that animation. It's so cool. It's an ordinary Thursday. Would be the most boring sentence ever to start a day. I launch out of my bed and land in my slippers with such accuracy that I'm tempted to tell someone how awesome it was. Hey, Sayori! Sayori, you should have seen this thing I just did. I just jumped into my slippers. Perfect accuracy, 100% bullseye. You should have seen it. It was awesome. I don't care! I look at my clock to check the time. It's 11 past 9, but I'm in no hurry. After making a cup of coffee, I head back to my room. Yesterday, I thought of a place I could take Sayori to. I have some fond memories of the two of us roaming around that part of town. There was this one time she nearly fell in the water. I caught her, but I lost my balance and got wet instead of her. That's awkward to think about. If I take off my shirt at this age, it would probably make both of us uncomfortable. I look through my clothes and think of what to wear for the moment. Not that I'm going out of my way to impress her, but it doesn't hurt to look decent now and then, right? All dressed up, I check to see if I've got everything I need before leaving. The familiar feeling of walking down our street vanishes as I stop in front of Sayori's house. We used to visit each other all the time. Hello? Okay. She looked so happy to see me after I went away with my parents for a week or two. Even among other kids, I never experienced anybody being okay. Since entering each other's house was accepted between us, I assumed she'd be fine if I came in without ringing the bell or knocking. After entering the house, only silence greets me. I call out to her. Sayori! Is she still sleeping? She said she'll be ready by the time I arrive. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? She really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door.
Ah! Gotcha!
Sayori tackles me with such force that I nearly fall over. I can't complain though, a hug from her is a welcome surprise. I was the first to let go. It looks like she's ready to go and was just waiting for this moment.
Are you ready, Super Boomer?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I can't hear you.
I am ready.
Oh, let's go.
Bye. Sayori rushes to the entrance and waits for me outside by the open door. I feel like I'm taking an excited dog for a walk. My own dog, I'm very fond of, that is.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
You'll see soon enough. All I'll say is that we went there before.
Please tell me I saw the dentist.
No, silly. Why would we go there?
Because it's the place we went to together.
If people had soundtracks to their lives, yours would be a list of laugh tracks. We walk through the streets of our neighborhood and our conversation trails towards our separate experiences in this school year. Anyway, how did you manage to raise your grades? Did you manage to raise your grades? Last time I remember you were telling me you were about getting bad grades for assignments.
Yep, my grades got better. Back then I might have run out of time while writing some of them. But don't worry, there's a good reason for that. I leave my assignments till the last minute because the older, therefore wiser, I will be.
That's a stupid reason. The palm of my hand firmly connects with my forehead. Like that. Ow. We're almost at the park. Want to race to it?
Yes!
It's only about 100 steps from here, but I managed to cram in some teasing before we get there. You know what you are? A running gag! She starts giggling just enough for me to get ahead and arrive at first place. That worked. That somehow worked. Okay. Sayori is slightly panting as she crosses the imaginary finish line.
I'm not a gag, Super Boomer! I'm a real human being!
We both laugh at each other as we regain our composure. This wave of nostalgia washing through me as we're walking into the park. So many memories of the two of us playing around here and by the river. We reach an open area of the park that's covered with bright green grass, the kind on which you can comfortably lie down.
This looks like the ideal place for us. Let me just whip it out and we can pass it between the two of us.
Sayori reaches into her bag and pulls out a frisbee.
Wanna go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it first this time. Yeah, I want to be first, Sayori. Just
don't go too hard, Super Boomer. I don't want to lose it right away.
the weather's perfect for playing it out in the open. There are just enough clouds to give some variety to the blue sky. A light breeze cools us down, while the shining sun keeps us warm. It's almost poetic how well this combination meshes with the game I'm playing. Running after the frisbee makes my heart beat faster, while looking at Sayori's bright smile calms my soul like nothing else I can think of right now. As we're exchanging it between us, our eyes occasionally lock onto the others. Her eyes have a glow to them that I don't recall seeing before. Is she allergic to something? We've been playing for about 15 minutes now. I'm getting tired of throwing it away and decide to keep it once I have it.
I think I I'll throw it back.
Shaking my head, I approach Sayori. Let's rest for a bit, okay?
Okay.
With that, she lies down on the grass and spreads her arm beside her. Closing her eyes, she lets out an almost comedic sigh. I sit down next to her. She's just laying there without saying anything. It feels awkward to just look over her like this, so I lie down about an arm's length away from her. Ooh, the sky.
Dear Sunshine.
Is she talking to me? That's not something she would say to me.
The way you glance through my blinds in the morning, it makes you feel like you miss me. Kissing my head, boys, all the way out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you...
She goes silent again. A minute passes as I wait for her to continue. Is that a poem?
Uh-huh. I wrote it.
I liked it. Is that all of it?
No. I just forgot the other half.
Memory not serving you well?
I guess I'm remembering other things. So you remember how you would always grab my hand and guide us towards the river? We'd spend our days making all sorts of contraptions with sticks and rocks.
Yeah. I can't remember what we actually made, but I remember having a ton of fun together. Do you remember that one time you fell in the river?
When I fell in there, I thought I was gonna die! But you came and saved me.
We were literally a few steps from the shoreline.
That's not the point! I felt I could count on you.
Yeah, that's nice. Ooh. What? Why did I not see this during her route?
Even if I was a bird, you were there for me.
Because I care about what happens to you. There's one more year and we're out of high school.
Yeah. It's funny how time flies by. You look away for what seems like a moment, and it's all gone. Like a jar of cookies.
That's so typical of her. Thinking of her tummy even when talking about such a serious subject. But I feel the need to bring this conversation back on track. Life isn't all fun and games, Sayori. I'm really worried about how you're going to handle life after high school. Getting okay grades and reading books isn't all you need, you know.
Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face today.
You're not wriggling yourself out of it this time, Sayori. I know it's only been a few days since we started talking again, but I've been thinking about this since Sunday. I know I'm not the one to talk about taking responsibility, but you seem to be way more concerned with other people's lives than your own. At least your parents are giving you guidance, right? Sayori?
Yeah, sure, they do. They sometimes give me tips.
That didn't sound too convincing. Is she hiding something? Maybe it's because she never talked much about serious subjects. At least not with me.
I need to talk about these things with Monica. You know, she's not just a great president, but a great friend, too. She likes to give out writing tips and support everyone in their skills. One time she saw me when I wasn't okay. Ever since that, she occasionally checked up on me. She even promised to keep in touch when she goes to law school. How about you, Super Booper?
Yeah, I guess we could try to keep in touch after high school. Even if there is no telling where we'll end up for college or after that, I can at least try. It's not like we have to meet face to face in this day and age.
I was asking about your plans.
Oof.
Would it make me happy if you tried? I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other
do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Since the day we met. No, I feel like that's one of the ones that I did last time. We had so many adventures together. You got me involved in a lot of unexpected stuff, you know. Remember that time you almost set your house on fire? Yeah, we haven't seen this one yet.
It was my first time cooking alone.
Remember when you almost flooded your house? What? First time washing your hands?
Hey, you meanie. You're saying it like you never did anything wrong. Like when you... give me a sec.
I let out a chuckle at Sayori's attempt at making fun of me. One of them actually turned out well.
My house not burning down?
Hey, that's pretty good. Remember when your parents left you for a single weekend? I still don't know how, but you locked yourself out of the house. Then you came over to our house and
we had a sleepover. That was super awesome. I loved every time, and it was cool to play with your parents. I really missed that one. Never mind.
something's on your mind?
I was just thinking about how much you help me when I do all these stupid things. You never even shouted at me for it.
Yeah. That's what friends are for, right?
I'm so glad you haven't changed a lot after all these years. Like when you were rushing to climb that old tree and I fell over trying to catch up with you. I started crying really hard and you didn't even notice. You were kind of oblivious in some ways.
Yeah, I was so lost in all the games we played. So in a way, it was my fault.
But you came back when you thought I was hurt. You always come back.
Yeah, I always did.
You're such a sweetheart, Super Booper.
Huh? Don't say that, you make me feel weird.
I know. Your mom always calls you that.
That's not really why it feels weird. She was always my best friend. It feels like more than something a friend would say, especially after being gone for so long.
What's on your mind, Super Booper?
How about we check out the river? You know, like we used to.
Yay!
That's a non-verbal approval if I've ever heard one. We make our way to the riverside, just as peaceful as it was in my memories. We approached the fence. It was so hard to jump over when we were kids. I'd say Sayori climb over, then I'd follow right after her. We stand next to the river and watch the calmly flowing water. This is actually a narrow branch of the river that runs through the city. It looks so much more shallow and narrow than we were kids. I could probably walk through to the other side without getting my face wet. As I'm assessing the possibilities of fighting against the current, Sayori is pulling on my shirt sleeve.
Captain, wake up! We're on land!
Look over at Sayori, and she's got that playful expression on her face that I remember so fondly from our childhood.
Lieutenant Sayori reporting for booty.
You're supposed to report for duty.
But I'm a pirate, so I want booty. Arr, arr, arr!
I let out her chuckle at Sayori's childlike play pretend. Putting one arm over her shoulders, I motioned toward the calmly flowing water. Here's an idea. Remember what we used to collect when we were here as kids?
River pearls.
Yeah, that's what you called them. I wanna go look for some nicely shaped river pebbles? I'm sure if you don't go overboard with them, your parents won't mind.
Ooh, I wanna find out what's shaped like a dinosaur.
That's bit unlikely, don't you think?
How would you know? Are you a river researcher? A pebbleographer?
Yes. Actually, yes.
A pearlologist?
Yes.
That's what I thought! I'm gonna find one that's shaped like a Nipponosaurus.
Is that even a real dinosaur name?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find that pebble anyway.
After taking off our shoes, we began our search for the fabled dinosaur-shaped pebble in the shallows of the river. Just for the sake of safety, we leave our phones in our shoes. It's just a reminder of how things have changed. Although I feel a bit silly doing this, it brings back so many memories of the times we used to explore our city. What about when you escaped from the city? Take my lead, I'll set you free. Sometimes my parents would accompanied us, but many times it was just the two of us. There was this old tree that we tried climbing at least a dozen times. I only managed to do it on a couple of occasions. However, Sayori was only able to climb up once. Even then, that was just because I gave her a helping hand. That one time we stayed up there for what seemed like an hour. She kept insisting that we stay a little longer. It really felt boring. However, looking back at it, the two of us sitting side by side on a big branch must have looked pretty dang cute. Sayori did, at the very least. As I'm wordlessly picking up and dropping down ugly pebbles, Sayori suddenly starts poking up my shoulder.
Do you see what I see?
She's holding up a black pebble that's perfectly shaped like an egg.
See, I told you I'd find one that shaped like a dinosaur.
That just looks like an egg.
No, silly, it looks like a dinosaur egg.
Since I don't want to be called out of not being a dinosaur expert, I assume she's probably right. You happy with the booty, Lieutenant?
Yes! I'm gonna treasure it, make a nest for it, keep it warm until it hatches. Then I'm gonna be a dinosaur riding pirate of the Caribbean.
Is that supposed to be a reference to something?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Alright then, keep your secrets. Before you came along, I was very well thought of. Never had any adventures or did anything unexpected.
What's that supposed to mean?
Sayori, I'm glad you're back.
So am I, Super Booper. So am I.
The air seems to be suddenly heavy between us. I almost had the feeling of awkwardness, but this is something different. I break the silence to stop before I make her feel bad. Hey, why don't we take that egg of yours home?
Okay.
We start making our way home and chat about the many things that happened during the long period we spent apart from each other. Sayori's phone let out a little cat-like jingle, but she either didn't notice it or just didn't care enough to check what it was about. Her expression changed as we were nearing her house. The lively grin from before her turned more somber now.
Super Booper, there's something I wanted to tell you.
Sure, go on.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks for going out with me today.
Before I can say another word, she gives me a hug and holds me for a few seconds. It has been a long time since I hugged her like this, and it feels different, but in a good way. Don't mention it. I think we both had fun today.
Yeah, I'll see you. Wait! I didn't take my phone.
She hurriedly pulls out her phone from her pocket and fumbles to read a message sent to her.
Wanna go get ice cream?
What? You mean now?
No, tomorrow. The girls are having another meetup, but this time it's in a brand new ice cream shop. So, wanna join us?
Even if I wasn't sure whether I wanted to or not, it wouldn't be hard to say no. It would be hard to say no to Sayori's puppy dog eyes. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Sayori hugs me once again. But this time for a little longer. And a little stronger. And then we died. It's Friday! It's Friday. Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm not looking forward to anything, but up until a week ago, most of the day seemed like a blur, and often I wasn't even sure what day of the week it is. I don't know how much longer this will last, but I'm glad Sayori introduced me to her friends. I'm not invested enough in literature to join their club. But with all the new things that happened, who knows what else this summer will bring. Despite the grumpy act she gave me in the beginning, I think Natsuki's starting to open up to me. There's definitely a kind of connection between me and Sayori. Could this be a sort of revival of our friendship? Or something more? Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but these both sound pretty promising. However it goes, it will only go forward if I actually reach out and take the opportunity with my own hands. I already made that joke, I'm not going to do it again. After all, doing nothing didn't get me too far, I feel. Probably not. With that, I embark on my journey into the ice cream shop Sayori told me about. As I arrive, I recognize two of the ghosts chatting at a table.
I'm telling you, they're literally retelling the same story over and over again.
With each of them giving their own take on how things would happen, correct?
You wish. Most of them are literally just trying to force a sappy ending onto a story that's meant to be unpredictable and sad.
Hey, mind if I join? Welcome back, Super Booper. I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, hi. So, where was I?
Have you seen Sayori and Monica? Monica is bound to appear at any moment, since she's the least likely of us to all disappear. She's the least likely of all of us to disappear without good reason.
Super Booper, just look around you. Do you think Sayori would miss out on this?
A brand new ice cream shop and hanging out with her best friends?
Guess you don't know her well enough. You should have seen her at the school festival.
Now that she mentions it, I didn't see her at the festival all day. I doubt she was avoiding me. Probably just visited the stands at different times. What do you mean?
We barely finished our performance. First thing on her mind was, can we go to the cafe now?
Now that I think of it, there was a sort of cafe in one of the classrooms. They served several drinks and snacks. Their chocolate cake was delicious, and I even bought an extra one to take home. As I recall all the stands in my mind, Natsuki keeps going on about their experience at the festival.
And I got a plushy tiger hat.
That sounds really cute, Natsuki. Oh god. At this moment, I knew. I messed up.
I'm not cute.
Speaking of cute, Sayori arrives with her neon green bird plushie tucked under her left arm. If she was wearing PJs, I'd swear she just fell out of bed. Her wide smile is radiating with joy, and she waves at us immediately after noticing us. She puts down Mr. Bird next to her as she takes her seat.
Hi, everybody!
Seriously, you brought a plushie? Way to boost the atmosphere.
What? What do you mean?
Plushie, ice cream, you. Can we add anything to make it more kid-friendly?
Cupcakes with kitten faces. Hey. Anyway, why are you late, Sayori? Do I need to have a talk with you about oversleeping again?
Natsuki imitates cracking her knuckles, but in a playful manner. I don't know how to make that playful.
Well, I was all set to leave home, and I accidentally...
She mutters something under her nose, but with a sneaky smile curving on her face.
You accidentally what? The whole thing!
Sayori, could you clarify what it is you accidentally did?
I was just holding it in my hand, and
Hello and welcome to Soul Cold Steve's. What can I get you?
Ice cream!
We look behind us to see the one greeting us is an all too familiar person. Ha! You thought I was the waitress, but it was me, Monica. Monica gets a chuckle out of Sayori and Natsuki, but the joke seems to have flown over Yuri's head. Hello, Monica, if you're the waitress. Not getting a joke is one thing, but taking it seriously is on a whole new level. I have one request. Please, can you make Natsuki read a real book for once? Thanks, she was hiding her power level. Shut up. Even your jokes sound like a quote from some novel. You don't like to read books, Natsuki? Of course I do. Well, a few, I just don't read them super seriously. Unlike some people here. Yuri only wants one thing, and it's freaking disgusting. I concur, Natsuki. As I just demonstrated, I am fond of the occasional, how you say, banter. Whatever you say, Princess of Darkness. I actually like that. Huh? Nothing. Didn't you want to continue the topic from a minute ago? Oh, yeah.
What was the topic?
We were discussing the various aspects of stories written by hobbyists we read on the internet. Yep. You know, I'm not too crazy about good grammar, but there's some people really bad at it. Some people can't help it, Natsuki. Like you've never heard of proofreading. Monica looks away and slightly shrugs her shoulders. I wouldn't want to start an argument about grammar either. Regrettably, I have to agree. Publishing a work of such low quality tells more about the writer herself or himself than the characters in the story. So, yeah, I could look past that. But then there's stuff that just doesn't make sense. A character says some sad stuff and she's grinning like the carved pumpkin lantern. Or when somebody literally says sigh. How hard is it to write I sigh, she sighs, etc.? That is quite the amateur mistake. If I may add, I read horror iterations of that one specific story they made inordinate variations of, and apologies in advance, but there's a fine line between horror and a parody. Throwing in cheap scares just for the sake of it is even worse than not having them at all. It's like trying to build an atmosphere by haphazardly painting a room red halfway and filling it with an extremely strong, musty smell. The only way that is scary is if you prepaid for renovating that room. Yuri lets out a very stressed sigh. I'm sorry, I'm finished.
I don't get what you two are talking about.
Sigh. Three girls laugh at Yuri's remark. If jokes were airplanes, this place would be an airport. Nice. Come on, girls. It's not like any of us have had a great deal of success when we tried crafting our first stories. Just remember when we started sharing poems.
I don't read everyone's poems. I wish mine was good.
Sayori, you're doing it again. Monica shoots Sayori, no one smiled. It took her a couple seconds to reciprocate, like waiting for a ball that's being passed to her. Even your first one was decent, at least. You talked about your poems in the club? Yes, we did. I even offered writing tips each meeting. I actually wrote one myself.
What? The poem?
Would you mind sharing it with us? That is, if it's not too much to ask for.
Yes, please. I want to have a good laugh.
Natsuki! We won't laugh at it, I promise. Can you show it to us? I'm warning you now, it's pretty short.
A short and simple one can be just as good.
I agree, it's your technique that matters, not the length.
I'm just glad you tried, Super Wilbur.
Can encouragement feel insulting? And why do I feel like we're not talking about my poem anymore? I put my hand in my jeans and pull it out. Here it is. I first take it to Monica, then Sayori, and then Yuri. What's so funny? Super Pooper, is this the poem you wrote? I don't know how to break it to you.
Super Pooper poems aren't just words we like. Is that what he wrote?
I put my phone back in my pocket. They were probably just saying they don't mind if it's short just to get me to show it. That's enough, Natsuki. Let's not demonize Super Booper so quickly. He could be a misunderstood creative genius.
What's that, Yuri?
Did he pick your favorite words? Anyway, why don't we go buy ice cream now?
Ice cream!
Sayori, please don't scream next to my ear.
Sorry, Yuri.
Sayori whispers with a playful expression on her face.
Ice cream!
We walk over to the display and browse the huge selection of ice cream flavors. Yuri glances over all of them, including the extras one can get, and talks to the shopkeeper with a clear idea in her mind what she desires. Natsuki and Monica are still browsing. Monica's conflicted between variants of coffee-based flavors. Natsuki is eyeing the prices of the cheaper, more traditional flavors. Meanwhile, Sayori is like a kid in a candy shop and is saying her thoughts out loud as to which one she had the longest time ago. She's debating with herself if she should listen to her tummy or her mind. I have a feeling I know which one's winning. As I'm about to pay up for my order, I remember this. Monica sidles up behind me and talks to me in a hushed voice. How about you get the tab for all of us, Super Booper? Yeah, how about no? She lets out a chuckle. Not today, Monica! Does she think I won the lottery? That would fundamentally change things, not just in a convenient way to pay for sweets. After we all place our orders, we sit down at our table. However, Monica doesn't seem to have any ice cream. And we will finish this next time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribing would be pretty nice. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!